Why you always lying? This is a lion. This is Transformers Prime Universe Thundertron. At least with Optimus Prime, I had seen him in one or two stores beforehand. This guy, I hadn't seen until I was at a convention. And then I kept seeing him after that. He wouldn't stop showing up. But let's give him a thorough critique. There you go. Critique done. Bye. I'm kidding. There's more to it than that. Yes, he does look like a Zoid. So much so that the designers created fan fiction saying he scanned a Zoid after crash landing on the Zoid's world, which is just amazing. Or I guess he looks like the blue lion from Voltron, if it masqueraded as a pirate. Funny enough, his name is a combination of Thundercats and Voltron. Although it sounds like one of the most generic ass Transformers names you'll ever hear. Thundertron. Like you got Megatron, Cybertron, Thundertron. It's like when they couldn't get the license to Shockwave, so they just stuck a blast after his name. And every of his mid 2000s toys, Shock Blast. That's what Thundertron sounds like. But you know, as Zoidy as this is, I like this lion mode. It's not trying to bullshit you. It's literally saying, what if a lion was mechanical? I respect that. It does mean the kibble is a little bit more obvious. More obvious than just robotic parts on an organic lion. But you can kind of see. We'll go into it during the transformation, but give you a close-up of that face. I don't know what to say about it other than it's a face. It does feel appropriately lion-esque. Am I thinking that like the male lions had a giant mane and a very small mane would mean a female lion? Would this be a female lion that transforms into a male robot? Not as weird as Inferno going from a female fire ant to a male robot obsessed with a queen. Man. You can flail it out a little bit, which I'm not sure which way you're supposed to have it in the beast mode. I don't know. I don't remember. Where's the box? I can't find it. Stupid box. Really? Where did I put that thing? Oh well. Articulation, not that great. These legs are tabbed in down here, so they only have that and a paw. Oh, you. You. The head can open its mouth that far, and that's about it. The legs do have motion, but it's more for robot mode. You don't have anything dedicated to the lion mode here. The tail can go forwards, I guess, in an attack mode. More likely, if you want attack mode, you'll bring in this big ass sword. Like, I know he's a pirate, so I guess it's supposed to be like a cutlass, but I guess a Cybertronian cutlass. That's the best way I can describe it. And it tabs in right back here behind his unique faction symbol. Being a pirate, he is not Autobot or Decepticon. He is the leader of the Star Seekers and captain of a ship named Tidal Wave. Funny enough, we're getting an Energon Tidal Wave soon. Yes, I didn't put in a pre-order, but if I can find one, I will get myself an Energon Tidal Wave. That might make for some hilarious banter. You never know. You could also plug it in the other way if you want it sheathed, I guess. But why? It's a robotic lion. It would definitely have an attack mode. There's no other really good places to plug it in, because this whole setup kind of prevents using any 5mm port. You could, maybe? No. I'm trying to plug it into his shin, but it just doesn't work. And there's generally no other ports on this mode. Oh, this one shoulder. Can it fit? No, due to the handle. Damn, I don't have any other lions ready. I guess we'll have to skip size comparison for now. Here's some size comparisons. The other lion. In my previous review, Silverbolt. Why not? Here's a dragon from Prime. Don't remember the name. And get right on to the transformation, which very much feels like a throwback to Beast Wars, with just standing up and folding out robot arms, but I think it does just enough to kind of keep it interesting. So we're going to start moving these out of the way, and we're going to go with the hind legs. So you do straighten them out. You can fold these parts forward for a more robotic foot, but then you rotate at the shin, and then you rotate at the thigh. And you fold this down for some skirt armor. Same thing. Fold, rotate, hinge. That does kind of lock in place there. We'll get to this gimmick in a second. And now you have a pair of legs. Untap this, and this whole blue section right here, when it comes unpegged, there we go, it's going to form his back and a bit of skirt detail. Now take this part, fold it up. It was pegged into the hands. We're going to bring the shoulder out, unpeg that, rotate it, fold the foot down, fold it like that, and cover it up. That's a really cool way to get beast legs out of the way, because these form shoulder pauldrons. Now you can see just where his arms were hanging out. Rotate them down. Now when you're going back the other way, you have to make sure the arms are in this position. Like the big screw is pointed forward and the arm is twisted this way, because otherwise they will not fold up as neatly as you want them to, and it'll be a mess. So rotate the shoulder down, make sure the elbow is rotated into place, and you've got one arm done. The same thing on the other side. And hello there. I'm going to take this whole mess, fold it down, and then make sure the lion head is double hinged into place so it'll tab in right here. Like, you'll know you have it when it's there. You might have to lift it up a bit, but he's going to be looking down and it's going to be rock solid. And there you have Thundertron in his robot mode. Yeah, he definitely gives off some kind of vibe. I am a fan of this robot mode. I like it. I didn't talk about the colors in the other mode, but this nice deep blue and the bright white are a very nice contrast. And I like the pops of gold. They feel very pirate. Like maybe I'm thinking maybe Pirates of the Caribbean. I like the color scheme. And he's got light blue eyes in his tiger head and his robot head. Consistency. Let's check out that sweet, sweet pirate head sculpt. You can kind of see, I guess would be a pirate's cap in the white. And that epic silver beard. Looks awesome. So here's my entire Prime collection. Skyquake. Bulkhead. Beast Hunter's Knockout. Dragons I can't remember the name of. There's like a bunch of this mold, so I can't remember which one this is. I sold my Prime Cliff Jumper. Although that Prime Cliff Jumper in that multi-pack looks pretty good. It's just a shame most of those other toys I don't really want. Like the Tarn, repaint of Tarn. The toy colored Tarantulas. I still have a toy colored Tarantulas from the original release somewhere in this mess. And Squeeze Play. Squeeze Play is the other one I want. Only those two. Cliff Jumper and Squeeze Play. He looks good. He looks proportionate. And overall, he's very clean. I wouldn't call this kibble because it forms some of his design with the skirt. And the shoulder pads almost were kibble, but I really like the way they fold up out of the way. Mind you, there are just beast legs hanging out above his shoulder that don't actually interact with his shoulder at all. And that brings me to one issue I have. I feel like he's unable to look this way or this way and actually see what's over there. Because not only does his neck get limited by the beast head, so he's only about that much range, I feel like even if he had more range, which he does in his ball jointed neck, also a bit of up and down. Again, it's the massive pauldrons and even these bits right here just go, is somebody over there? I can't see. I imagine that might be an issue when you're the commander of a ship, but he probably has other people looking those angles for him. Other articulation, the arms, universal joint, go all the way up to the shoulder pauldron. They go out that far. You don't have a bicep swivel, but you do have an elbow swivel. It's down here for transformation. You do have a wrist swivel that kind of gets locked in place. I also really like that he's got basically tiny Wolverine claws. Because, he turns into a tiger. So his robot mode's going to have some tiger theming. Tiger claws on his gauntlets. That's cool. Waist. Do we have a waist joint? We do have a waist joint. You do kind of have to get the backpack out of the way to get the full rotation. It's good. It's good. The tail can stick out like a tail. I'm not sure where it's supposed to go, but I just leave it like that. Hips all the way forward. All right, we have to get out of the way again. Go all the way back, outward. You get a thigh swivel, yes, and a knee swivel for the transformation. You can bend his knee. You can bend his knee beyond 90 degrees, and you can bend that if you need. And each ankle is slightly different. So this one only has a swivel. It does have a bit of up and down. This one has a hinge to go there and no swivel. And this is to accommodate his gimmick. Now, first off, we have to bring the sword back in, because now it can actually plug in to his hand and has a nice handguard there. But the main gimmick with this foot, I'm sure you could have already deduced by now, it comes off. Because he is a pirate, so he has a peg leg. Surprisingly, he is able to stand very sturdily, even on the peg leg. Like, he's standing right there. You can see the tip of the sword. Oh, I say sturdily, and then the slightest nudge sends him careening. But this comes off and actually has a purpose, sort of. It's an extra handguard for the sword. I kind of love that. It's absolutely stupid. You put a paw on his sword. I don't think that would help you in a sword fight. Maybe more hand protection, but I'm not sure. It's the perfect level of stupid. It goes, why? And then, oh yeah, because they need that. Let me check. Is his peg leg blast effect compatible? Okay, now in my head, his leg is a gun from that one gun lady. That is about it for this guy. Like, he's one of those kind of oddball releases that doesn't really fit into the theme. I mean, what is the theme of United other than just random toys from random eras? But you know what I mean? Like, we had 3 different toys for animated. We had Prime, Starscream, Hotshot, Megatron. There's like, when they do a season, they do multiple releases for that season. Like, we have technically had multiple Prime figures, not at the same time, mind you. Like, Bulkhead came out in Wave 1. Skyquake is over there in the other room. He came out a couple waves later. Like, we're getting the repaint of Bulkhead. We did get Knockout in just Legacy itself very early on. Like, Prime has sporadically had representation. So it's like one of those just It's a random figure. We got 2 Voyagers in a wave, let's throw out a random one kind of feel. However, they are doing the Star Seekers wave, and apparently they're going to redo this character at a leader price point. I don't know if they're going to re-release this toy and make it a leader price point or go with a new mold. What they're going to do, nobody's leaked it yet. Only the fact that there is one in the listings. Like, we don't know what it looks like yet. But we know the rest of the wave is like a Lockdown, that white and red repaint of Cyclonus, which looks cool. Freaking Cannonball from the Skids, not the Skids, but like the remold of the Skids mold. Like Cybertron Cannonball was in. Like the original repaint of Red Alert. Like with an eye, he actually has an eye patch, and a couple others I don't remember at this time. So convenient enough, I picked up this one because he was there. It's funny. I was at the convention and I was talking to the Robot Scrapyard, being like, "Have we seen Thundertron anywhere?" And then I walked to another booth, like one of the only other current line Transformers selling booths, and hey, there are Thundertrons. So I'm like, okay, I'll pick up Thundertron, and that's kind of how I feel about him. He's like, yeah, he's Thundertron. I like him. He's cool. I dig the pirate. It's fun. Like, he's not a mandatory purchase. Like, he might be easily skippable. I don't know. I don't know how anyone else feels about Prime. I've never seen one episode of Prime. Uh, I've yet to see any episodes. At least with like animated, I've watched a couple. Every other cartoon of Transformers I've seen a couple episodes, but just kind of looked at the designs of Prime and go, those are kind of cool. Oh boy, we're in for more Prime if the line after Legacy is all going to be Prime. And not just the 13 Primes. Like, it's literally the toy line, I think it's going to be like Transformers Generations Prime or something. Because we did the 13 Primes back in Titan's Return as all non-headmasters. But now apparently they're all going to get their own full-fledged figure in. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know if I've ever actually cared about the 13 Primes. What I do care about is this video has gone on a bit too long. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. You should possibly pick up a Thundertron if you like him. If not, feel free to skip him. I don't know. That's a that's generally how I like to look at Transformers now. It's like, that one looks cool. I want it. I'll grab it. That one is going to be remolded into a character I actually want. I'll grab the character I actually want. And maybe if the mold is good enough, I might go back and pick up the original. I don't know. But I don't see another use of this mold, honestly. Like, trying to think of remold potential. Cybertron Leo Breaker, maybe? If he doesn't have to combine with a Cybertron Optimus Prime? That would be kind of cool. My Leo Breaker is in the other room. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. And you know what I'm not lying about? That I'm the greatest toy reviewer that's ever lived. Maybe I'm fibbing a bit, but definitely don't call me a lion. Bye.